Ever since I was a child, I knew that music was my passion. Singing in front of people gave me a rush I couldn't describe. I was a part of stage schools, and during school I was in the choir, the musicals and plays. I took up any opportunity I was offered, one being singing for the Mayor of Sunderland at his Christmas dinner. Now I am currently studying my second year of my foundation degree in applied music practice, learning skills I never knew I'd be able to have. I am also working on producing and releasing my first song. Now as I am older and starting in the business, I see disadvantages that I never knew about. In 2017, 83% of artists were male and the remaining 17% were female. According to a study, 12% of 2,767 credited songwriters and 2% of 651 producers were females, showing that the music business is very male-dominated. I wanted to do this documentary to get opinions and facts out about the music industry that are hidden from the public eye. I'm Shauna Ray, and this is how I feel tuned out from the music industry.
Definitely, yes. It's hard because, like, I would never want to, like, I'm really proud to be a woman, and I wouldn't want to, like, it's shit that means that we're at a disadvantage, but, like, everything that I've experienced, my gender always comes into it. In music, it always does.
I think before any of the music aspect comes into it, I feel like women are judged based on what they look like, how they act, how they dress, whether it be like fashion magazines. We've been told that we have to look a certain way. If we don't, we've got to speak a certain way. Or you go on Instagram, Twitter, anything like that, and you have to have flawless skin, which in reality everybody has porous skin. But yeah, so we're judged on that before anything else happens, and then when it comes into a field where it's male dominated, it can be really hard.
Like our ability is questioned a lot, and sometimes the fact that we're women would deter people from picking us in that situation because it's seen as political, which it shouldn't be, because gender shouldn't be political, but we all know that it is.
I'm certain how that needs to change before anything else does.
Does the idea of harassment affect you as a musician?
Yes, I think it would with anybody. Whether you walk down the street at night and you think, better have my keys in my hand, is there somebody following me? Go into a pub and thinking, before I get into this situation, there's going to be people who are drunk, there's going to be people who are touchy, there's people who are going to want to touch my stuff on stage, and when you quit back with a response like, don't touch my equipment, it's expensive, you'll either get the people who were huggy with you before want to be all over you, to get quite nasty really quickly.
Even on messages as well. If they're just if they're messaging a girl and they won't leave them alone and just send them message after message after message.
It can be awkward because you think, am I going to break a chain of getting somewhere later on? Are they a link to somebody that I could know? Are they going to get me to this place? And it's a bit shit to think, I've got to put up with this crap in case I could get somewhere better.
All the time. I mean, it's as individuals, I remember it's basically since I've been on the internet, so since I was about 12 or 13, I've always had messages like that. If you go in your message requests, there's always something there.
It was quite horrible to wake up to a message that of just some guy's private parts. It was quite shocking because we do something that is creative outlet, our passion. We love what we do, and to get a message of somebody just trying to get a power trip off of 3 young girls, it can be off-putting.
The female community, especially music's quite big. If something gets said, they'll get it sorted, if you know what I mean. They're all there to support each other.
Even our guy friends are we'd never do that, we'd never want to. But yeah, the response has been overwhelming, really good, and really, really supportive.
I think the way that we deal with it is that we use it makes us angry, and that anger can be channeled into being this is not going to stop me from doing what I want to do. We're going to continue to do exactly what we want to do the way we would do it if these things weren't happening. Music is the only thing that I want to do. That's all I want to do all the time, every day. That's all I want to do with my life. So if I let it stop me, I don't know what I would do. So I think we've just got to use it as anger to push us forward and think yeah, we've just got to do it for the people who can't.
Every female artist needs to come forward and say no.
How can male musicians like yourselves denounce such issues?
Show support.
Yeah, support's a big thing, really.
That's what it comes down to, is just showing support for the artists that do that.
I think it starts like with the people who have power. So like as individuals, like it's if you don't have a platform or like any kind of reach, or like in the society that we live in, often like money can equal power. So if you don't have that, like it's really hard to make a difference. So the people who are at the top essentially are the ones that need to make a massive change. So with things like funding the projects that do make a change and giving people platforms and access to those platforms that have like lived through the issues, basically putting women at the forefront of things.
I would say like in teaching, I do think that all the genders should sit down and learn about it, not just girls, but boys too, and in between, because I think to reteach people, because I feel like it's not being taught, of how people should go about and respect each other and people in the industry. Everybody needs to learn it, not because we already know what it is, we already live through it, we know. So I think it is something that should be taught to everybody.
Do you have any advice for anybody who's going through harassment in the music business?
As long as you find a bit of happiness in what you're doing, do it. And if you stop thinking that, it will probably be the time to stop.
I think you should carry on with music. It's going to be hard.
But don't let something like that be the reason to stop. Something within yourself, like your own happiness, your own passion for what you're actually doing. If you're not into that, that's maybe the time to stop. But I would say continue, because you're doing really well anyway.
In conclusion, the industry should be more of an even battlefield, and people should be given opportunities based on their talent rather than their gender or their appearance. I do believe that the industry will slowly start to change, and that women will be seen for their talent in every creative aspect. I am excited to see where my journey will take me as I learn new skills and gain more opportunities in the business, and I won't let these old views in the business take away from me achieving my dreams and gaining success.